Welcome to Winning on Wednesday. My name is Juan Vitas, and I'm the founder of Winning on Wednesday. Winning on Wednesday is a platform that meets every Wednesday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the purpose we're there for is to build a meaningful relationship and expand your network and grow your network and promote your brand. And today I have the guest of meeting, Meaghan Neary. How are you, Meaghan?
Good, good, Juan. Thanks for having me.
Good, good. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name's Meaghan Neary. I am a campaign development director at the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. I work on our Light the Night walks, which is our largest initiative for the organization, a community-based fundraising walk, where we look to bring light to the darkness of cancer and raise funds to help further the mission of the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, which is to find a cure for blood cancer. And while we're working on finding a cure, we want to help patients and their families who are being impacted currently.
Excellent, excellent. So tell us about yourself. Tell us where it all began. Where were you, where were you born and
Yeah.
everything, and where you were raised? Tell
I'm
us.
a I'm a Long Island girl, born and raised in Hicksville, New York. I was in Hicksville pretty much my whole life. I've slowly made my way all the way out east. I went from Hicksville to Ronkonkoma to Patchogue, and now I'm on the North Fork out in Mattituck, enjoying the beautiful wine country of Long Island. I live out here with my fiance. We're getting married next month. My dog,
Excellent. Oh,
and I've really loved settling into life out on the North Fork.
oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, Hicksville is a great town. I actually, believe it or not, a little bit tip of information about me. I served on the board of directors of the Hicksville Chamber of Commerce.
Oh
For
wow,
yeah, I
yeah,
did it
small
for
world.
a few years. So I know a lot of the board members: Nick Brigandy, Beth Dalton,
Very cool.
Charlie Montana. So
Mm-hmm.
I know all the and Beth Walker. I know everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody from that community. It's really nice. A very nice community, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
that's really
loved it.
nice. Yeah, and Teresa Caputo as well. And
The Long
from the
Island media,
media,
of
yes,
course.
which I met. She was really nice, but very
Yeah.
nice. And so her father was on the board with me. So it's so funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to always say, "Hey, what's gonna be on the next episode?" That was pretty cool. So that's awesome. So tell us what did you have any inspirations of becoming like what did you become when you were little? Did you have any ideas of what you want to become? Like of what like is any
Well,
professions?
I never thought when I was little that I was going to be focusing my career on raising money. I always thought I was going to be a teacher when I was little, up until high school, I would say. I was just going to teach. I didn't know what I was going to teach. I was just going to teach something.
Oh wow. And did you have any role models or anybody that inspired you?
I think my mom has always been my role model. She's a nurse. She's been a nurse for, I think, almost 40 years now.
Wow, wow.
Um, and she just is such a hard worker. She's always putting everyone in front of herself, making sure everyone else's needs and priorities are met.
Yes.
And she's just always really inspired me.
Wow. I'm sure during COVID she was a hero. So
Yes.
thank you. That was wow. That's just truly amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And what about hobbies or interests? Do you have any hobbies or interests?
Yeah, I love to cook. I'm always trying to find new recipes, new strategies, new techniques. And when I'm not cooking, I love reading at home on the couch, or my favorite place is to read at the beach all summer. That's my favorite activity.
You and my wife have something in common. So well, that's all she loves. She's a teacher, by the way. So she goes in the
Oh,
summer. It's in the
awesome.
summertime. She likes to read on the beach. So it's one of
Yeah.
those things that I'm not a beach person. So, and I think part
You
of
and
that
my
is
fiance have that in common.
yeah, no, the part of the reason is because I grew up in Long Beach. I literally grew up all my life. Like I lived 3 blocks away from the beach.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
so yeah.
jealous.
No, but you know what happened? It just after a while, it's like, but I go back now to the boardwalk. I ride on the boardwalk, and so I enjoy it.
Nice.
So that's I enjoy the scenic,
Yes.
but the it's a lot of work going to the actual beach, as you could
It's a
imagine.
schlep.
It's a schlep. It's a whole production.
Yeah.
It's a whole production. So for me, I'm like less work, the better for me. But excellent. And what did you go to school for, by the way?
I majored in communications and public relations.
Okay. Okay. Wow. And what was your tell us your experience about your first job that you had?
Yeah, my first job out of college was, I was very lucky. I interned with the American Cancer Society when I was a senior in college, and I was able to secure a job with them. So I graduated on a Friday and I went to work on Monday, and I started my career in nonprofit, and I've been doing it ever since.
Wow, wow. Tell us a little bit about that, about your journey from the nonprofit world. From so you just mentioned you started from there to where you are now, and how has that whole journey been?
It's been great. I've really, really loved my time. I started with the American Cancer Society in 2012. I worked on Relay for Life, which is a community-based fundraising program, and I worked mostly with high schools and colleges across Long Island. And I was doing that same gig for 6 years or so, 5.5 years. And I thought that I would be doing that forever. But a colleague of mine had moved on to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and they had just created a new high school philanthropic fundraising competition. And if anyone knows me, they know I love a competition. I love to be number one. And so she said, Meaghan, you have to come work on this program. It's so up your alley. You would love it. You love working with the students. You love the competition. So I said, okay, I'll take a leap. I had never changed companies in my career. I started at American Cancer Society and I loved being there. But I was ready for a challenge. So I came over to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society and I managed our Student of the Year program on Long Island for about 3.5 years. And then I was promoted to be the director of that program. So I oversaw all of the Metro New York region.
Wow.
And then just last year, I switched from our Student of the Year program to our Light the Night program, which is our community-based fundraising walk. And so now I oversee the walks for Metro New York, which is Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, and Long Island. We have 4 walks.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that a little bit more later.
Yeah.
Right now I like to say is the golden nugget time. I tell people I gotta get it like a little chime or something. It's the golden moment time. You're like, ding. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a time where you like to leave some valuable piece of information for somebody to be a better business person. In this case, or better person, or any good piece of information that can help somebody else. Is there any examples that you want to give?
I think one of the things that we're always saying at work is that we have to remember our why. I work at a nonprofit, obviously, and people volunteer for us and raise money for us because they've been impacted by a blood cancer, whether they've lost someone they love, they themselves have experienced a diagnosis, or someone in their family has. And so when we get caught up in the hustle and the bustle, we have to take a step back and remember why we're here, remember why our volunteers are doing this, and really lead with the mission of we're trying to find a cure for cancer. So always taking a step back to remember your why, whether that's at work or in your personal life. Why are you showing up and how are you going to show up as your best self? Taking that moment to pause and remember why you're there is important.
Wow, wow. You just reminded me. I used to a little bit. I'm disclosing myself. This is about you, not about me. But I used to serve on the board of directors for the American Heart Association for Long Island.
Wow.
And one year we did that why campaign. What is your why? So that
Mm-hmm.
was with the Heart Association. We did that. So it just kind of reminded me of that. And I
Yeah.
remember my why was my family. But that's one is that motivates me. We get to
Yeah.
help and we just do it for our family. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Great thing. Thank you for sharing that. That's all.
Of
That's
course.
amazing. And so tell us about a little bit about Light the Night and tell us a little bit more about, about the organization, everything. So,
Yeah. So I'll start with the organization. The Leukemia Lymphoma Society is the number one organization dedicated to finding a cure for blood cancer. So leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma. And we do that through our 3 pillars. Research, since we were founded in 1949, we've invested over $1.6 billion into research. We've been a part of almost every FDA approved treatment, since 2016. I think we've funded 75% of all treatments that were approved by the FDA for blood cancer. So research is a huge part of what we do. We also focus on patient support, right? So obviously our goal is to find a cure, but we're not going to do that overnight. And every 3 minutes, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. So we want to make sure that when someone is going through that, they have the resources they need. We offer financial assistance, emotional support. We have this incredible 1-800 number, which sounds so impersonal, but it's staffed 12 hours a day by master's level oncology nurses to help answer people's questions about treatment, about side effects, what clinical trials, everything. So the patient support work that we do is so important. And then the third pillar of our mission is advocacy. So that's working at the government level to make sure that funding isn't being cut, that we can pass the bills we need, that everyone has access to equitable treatment. Which is so important to make sure. We're very lucky to live where we live and have access to some of the best and brightest doctors in the world. And we want to make sure that everyone has that access as well. So that's our organization. And then Light the Night is our biggest fundraising event that happens each year. So it's a walk that's held at different parks here on Long Island. It'll be held at Eisenhower Park on October 21st. And it's held in the evening, which makes it very unique. Most cancer or nonprofit walks are held during the day. And you can see in my background, we have all these lanterns. So every attendee at the walk receives a lantern, and we have 3 different colors. Red is a lantern if you're there to support the cause. White is for our survivors who have, or our patients who are going through treatment for blood cancer or any cancer. And then yellow is someone who's walking in memory of someone that they love. And we have a really inspirational ceremony where everybody lights their lanterns and lifts them up in the sky together before we head out for our walk. And it's just such a moving experience. I went to my first one in person last year, and I was just blown away by the thousands of people all there for the same cause. And in the weeks leading up to the event, everyone is raising money on Long Island. Our goal is to raise $1 million this year. We've done it before, and we know we can do it again with the help of all of our incredible volunteers. So we are in crunch time. We're gearing up. We're less than a month away, and we'd love for everyone to join us at Eisenhower Park on the 21st. It's going to be an awesome evening.
Oh, that's October 21st, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
And what?
we end the night with a fireworks show, which is donated by Grucci, which is really incredible. So
Oh,
everyone does the
wow.
walk, they come back, and we shoot off fireworks to end the night.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
Wow,
very
wow.
cool.
And what time does it start again?
So the event opens at 5:30, and then the opening ceremony is at 7, and the walk will start right after that. And it's a very short walk. It's under a mile. You don't have to train, this isn't an athletic event.
Yes, wow. But it sounds amazing also.
It is.
And the pictures and everything, that's truly amazing. And wow, thank you so much for the information about that, to let people know that the cancer with blood cancers affects everybody, right? And the fact that is that if you're not alone, if you have cancer, you have resources, you have
Yes.
informations, and the fact that you offer that, that's truly amazing that you have that support for people.
Yeah.
And giving this information out there is just going to help out people out there, just that you're not alone, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, obviously the events and the fundraising is important, but the most important thing is awareness and that people know about the Leukemia Lymphoma Society,
Yes.
so that if someone they love, I hope it doesn't happen, but if someone they love is diagnosed with a blood cancer, they know to call us because we have the information that they need and that they want.
Yeah, wow. And again, thank you again for the information. This
Of course.
has been great because, again, it's information is knowledge, and also helps out
Mm-hmm.
people, also let them know the awareness that,
Yeah,
about that. And again, to your point, it affects us all. So this is really important. So thank you for sharing your story.
of course.
And if the listeners want to get in contact with you, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
I would say by email, my name down here, Meaghan, Meaghan .Neary, Neary at lls.org.
Okay. Thank you, Meaghan.
Awesome.
And if you want to become a member of Winning on Wednesday, simply go to our website, www.winningonwednesday.com, and sign up as a first-time guest. And thank you, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Juan.